Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Gotta go over some very exciting news in that the PlayStation 4 emulator for the PC, GPCS4, boots and runs a commercial game for the first time, so crazy to see that make its progress coming off the heels of the successes of our PCS3, the PlayStation 3 emulator. Now we have a PlayStation 4 emulator that is doing really well as well, and also we have some details on the PC version of Daemon X Machina. This was a Nintendo Switch exclusive that a lot of people harken back to games like Armored Core, and generally speaking, we don't get a lot of great mech games on PC and on Steam, and really just in gaming in general. So to see a game like this come to PC, get some notable improvements, that is exciting as well. I'll go over that at the end of this video. But as far as the PS4 emulator is concerned, GPCS4 has made some substantial improvements. Alongside Orbital, GPCS4 is another PlayStation 4 emulator that is currently under development for the PC, and while both of them are at an early stage, a very early stage, I should say, GPCS4 can finally boot a commercial game. Now, before you get super excited and think that PlayStation 4 games, the entirety of the library, is soon going to be playable on PC, that is absolutely not going to happen. While it's booting a PlayStation 4 game for the first time, and this is an incredible milestone to reach, it's a very low-end title, and it's not like the game is even playable. According to its creator, GPCS4 can finally render a 2D image demo. Moreover, GPCS4 can boot the twin-stick shooter for PlayStation 4, We Are Doomed. And not only that, but the emulator can actually run the game. As I mentioned, We Are Doomed is not a demanding game. It's incredible that GPCS4 can even run it, given the fact that this emulator hasn't been in the works for that long, and this would be a significant milestone to reach. And when you compare GPCS4 to something like RPCS3 made an incredible amount of progress in a relatively short period of time, so if from here on out GPCS4's development just accelerates, that would be something that is rather notable. And it is also worth noting that GPCS4 can boot the PlayStation 4 version of Nier Automata, so that is pretty notable as well. However, again, it's not like we're going to be able to play PlayStation 4 games on PC anytime soon, but I do offer you this, a PlayStation 4 emulator getting underway and starting to be developed on and making some progress probably incentivizes Sony a little bit more to bring their games on over to PC just natively. Why have an emulator start selling your games, or not necessarily selling your games, but why have an emulator that is capable of playing your games when you can release a fundamental version of that game on PC, you can put it on Steam, and you can sell it for an additional revenue stream? That just makes all the sense in the world. Now, I've never been of the notion that emulators will take away from the sales of games that are released on consoles. I don't think that's the case at all. I think if there was a PlayStation 4 emulator that came out today and, oh, Horizon Zero Dawn is kind of playable on it, I don't think that's going to take away from sales of the PlayStation 4 version, especially because with this, it's never going to be a day-and-day thing. It's never going to be like, oh, Horizon is emulatable the day Horizon comes out. That's just never going to happen. That's not going to happen with, say, Horizon 2 on PlayStation 5. If that's a thing, there's not going to be a PlayStation 5 emulator that comes out and emulates Horizon 2 on that same day. It's just not going to happen, so I've never seen that as a major issue, but I do think that's going to incentivize Sony a little bit to look at it and be like, hey, there's an emulator in the works, let's just cut its legs from underneath it by actually bringing PlayStation 4 games to PC natively, and I think that would do rather well. However you want to slice it, this is still some major progress being done, and emulation is one of my favorite things to cover in PC gaming. I think it's a topic that not a lot of people talk about when people talk about building a PC or getting into gaming PC. Emulation is like on the bottom of the list of incentives on PC that I see be listed, but I think emulation is awesome. I think emulation just opens up the floodgates to have literally an unlimited amount of games to be able to play on PC. Alright, maybe saying literally unlimited is pushing the boundaries a little bit too far, but you get the idea. Being able to play NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Nintendo Wii, all of these games on one central platform, I just find that absolutely incredible, and there's always going to be something new to play, and you're talking about stacking on the games that emulation offers you to play on top of the loaded library that PC gaming already has with platforms like Steam, and you're talking about one of, if not the best gaming libraries in all of gaming on any platform that you can think of. I think PC gaming right now has a better library than the PlayStation 4. Yeah, the PlayStation 4 has a lot of exclusives, but by the looks of it, we're getting a lot of those exclusives on PC when you look at games like Detroit Become Human, Death Stranding, and with the rumblings of Horizon coming to PC as well. You throw on all the Xbox exclusives that we're getting, the Nintendo exclusives here and there with a game like Octopath Traveler, and moving me on to my next point, Daemon X Machina on Steam. So that will be coming out on Steam. This mech-based title. It'll be coming to Steam, I believe, on February 13th. Let's see if I got the date right. Yep, February 13th. The only downside to this is the price point. $59.99 is a little bit steep. I know they got away with that price point on Nintendo Switch. I feel like PC gamers are just naturally going to be a little bit more frugal, but nonetheless, $48 if you do pre-order the title, and I think that's a pretty decent pre-order bonus. 20% off on a game for pre-ordering it, I think is pretty good, and we don't get a lot of quality mech titles, and this one was received not incredibly well on Nintendo Switch, but it was received relatively well, that I think it's the type of game that people are going to add to their wish list, and once it's down to, you know, $14.99, $19.99, I think a lot of people are going to be all over it then. As far as the game's upgrades on the PC version, you've got unlocked frame rates up to 30, 60, 120, 144, and 200, resolution up to 4K. If it's not 16:9, there will be black corners, so that is something to note. High resolution textures, anti-aliasing options, supports mouse and keyboard, and you have collab DLC, that's Eureka, Gios, and Witcher. That is not included, so that's a little bit of a bummer. I don't know if they're going to release that sometime down the line, but cool to see the PC version of Daemon Ex Machina getting some improvements. If you don't know what the game is, it notes soar across the battlefield and engage in frantic high-stakes mech combat against corrupted machines and gargantuan colossal immortals. Fully customize your arsenal mech with a variety of weapons and parts to your exact specifications. Salvage defeated enemies for parts and weapons, which you can use on the fly on the battlefield. Customize your player avatar with a variety of cosmetic options. Go under the knife and receive extensive body modifications to learn new skills at the cost of your human appearance. Team up with players in online co-op mode to destroy bosses or take on exploration missions together to map immortal bases and unlock powerful gear. Battle other players in 1v1, 1 or 2 or 2v2 versus mode, and climb the leaderboard rankings to become the top mercenary. System requirements are out as well. Relatively easy game to run. I mean, it was released on the Nintendo Switch. Minimum requirements: Intel Core i5 3470, AMD FX 8300, GeForce GTX 660, Radeon HD 7870 for minimum requirement, and 6GB of RAM is minimum. Recommended a little bit higher end: Intel Core i7 6700 or an AMD Ryzen 5 2600. Also notes an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or a Radeon RX 580, and then 8GB of RAM is recommended, and only going to be a 13GB install as well, and we are getting some visual enhancements on PC, so that's definitely appreciated. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. Again, the PlayStation 4 emulator for the PC, GPCS4, has booted and ran a commercial game. Still a long ways away for being something that the majority of people are going to use, but RPCS3 has made an incredible amount of progress rather quickly, and I just feel like RPCS3 would be something that would be more difficult to actually get going. I know PlayStation 4 is considerably more powerful than PS3, but you compare the different designs and the architectures of the two consoles, based on what I know, the PS4 would be something that, just hypothetically thinking, it would be a little bit easier to develop for on PC. And Daemon Ex Machina getting some notable improvements for its PC version. Upgraded frame rates, upgraded visuals with a higher resolution textures, all that good stuff. That's going to wrap up this video. If you guys have requests for a future video, you can leave a comment down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.